Shalom, Yasharala Shalom. All praises be to the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And I want to do a different video. This is going to be going over the situation with Tyreek Hill. For those of y'all who don't know, yesterday, Sunday morning, star Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill, he had got detained by the Miami police. And it was a big, I wouldn't say a big news outlet, but I did see it on CNN and other outlets where they're basically trying to highlight how Tyreek Hill, he had got detained for no reason before his game. I think it was around 10, 11 o'clock Eastern time where he was driving to the stadium before his game against, I think, the New England Patriots or one of them teams, Jacksonville Jaguars. That's who it was. And essentially, he got a DWB, you know what I'm saying? A driving while black. And I want to do this video because two things. A lot of you brothers may come into this situation. None of y'all are as rich and famous as Tyreek Hill. Y'all don't have the clout as Tyreek Hill. And you got to use these situations with wisdom because, a lot of the mainstream media outlets, they're going to speak about how to defund the police and things like that. I want to use this as a learning lesson because the scriptures even talk about this. I'm not going to pull up the scriptures on the Blue Letter Bible app, but I'm going to read them as we go. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 16. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be you therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles." Now, y'all brothers obviously understand this is Christ talking to his disciples. Yahushua HaMashiach talking to his 12 disciples and other disciples when he sent them out to preach the gospel unto the lost remnant of the nation of Israel, right? But all y'all brothers can use this in your day-to-day because let's just be real. What is a DWB? Driving while black, so-called black. In this society, when you're a so-called black man, especially when you got money and clout, a lot of these average day officers, police chiefs, things like that, they see you as a lick. They see you as an envy of their eye. So when you have a police officer coming at you at such high status, their blood is boiling. When you guys watch this video, you're going to see what happens. But for those of y'all brothers who are just the average everyday guy, or even if you make six figures or whatever it may be, but you don't have that high status, they're not going to treat you with the amount of restraint. Because I guarantee you, if Tyreek Hill was not a high-level athlete, he might have got whooped. He might have got his leg broke. Who the hell knows? He might have got shot and killed. We don't know. But I'm going to show you guys this specific situation so y'all brothers know how to move with discernment, because this could have ended up a lot worse than what it did.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
So the first thing y'all hear them coming up to me is like, why you don't have your seatbelt on? And Tyreek Hill said, don't knock on my window. Look, brothers, I'm going to be honest. A lot of police officers are full of shit. A lot of the people who have authority and power over the average man, especially the so-called black man, they're full of shit. And they are looking for a reason to pull you over. Now, is every police officer like this? No, of course not. I got pulled over by the police 5 to 10 times in my life. I don't know how many times. Some of them are cool. Some of them are dickheads. But the thing is, what did Christ say? He says, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves, meaning you're in a world that is meant to devour you. When you're at the bottom of this society, as a so-called black man, you are an easy lick for a lot of these police officers because they know that we are a disorganized community. Our community is led by women, which shows that you're weak. Anytime you have a community being led by females, that's a sign of weakness. Cough, cough for Kamala Harris if she gets elected president. But most importantly, when you're at the bottom of society, they don't really see your life as worth as much as if you were a so-called white man, or if you're a so-called Caucasian Jew, or whatever it may be. Even an Asian man, they're getting a lot of play and power in this society. So you got to be wise. It says, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be you therefore wise as serpents. So you guys got to be as wise as your enemy. When Tyreek was going back, don't knock on my window like that. If you're a police officer, a lot of these dudes are action junkies. A lot of these dudes are violence junkies. And when they see a lot of our people, they think, okay, this is going to be somebody, I'm going to run them through the mud. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you see Tyreek in a fancy sports car, $300,000 car, whatever, $200,000 car, where Tyreek is richer. He could pull money out his ass. they're gonna be envious of them. But you guys can learn this as a lesson. Like, these people are not your friends, but the best way to deal with your enemies is to give them a fake smile and feed their ego, especially if they're a police officer. But let's keep going. It says, and be as harmless as a dove. Because I'm gonna just be real with y'all. A lot of y'all might not like what's coming out of my mouth, but when you speak as a so-called black man, they see you as a buck. They see you as an animal. They see you as a beast, especially if you're a dude. You got a lot of bass in your voice. You intimidate them. You're not willing to be docile. You're not playing with that Carlton off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air voice where you're trying to assimilate into the white man's culture and the white man's society. A lot of them see you as an enemy. They see you as a threat, even though they're trying to exert their power over you because you are intimidating to them. So whenever you're dealing, especially with police officers, it's not a very good thing for you to try to go back and forth, even if the reason why they stop you is bullshit, driving while black, whatever it may be. You got to understand where you're at. That's what having discernment and wisdom is. It's not trying to go mano, bro, I got a band, bro. Who you think you talk to on top, bro? They don't give a damn. Especially if, bro, I promise you, if Tyreek wasn't rich, he might have got something happen to him. But let's keep watching it.
Like what? Why you hold up? Hey, keep your window down.
And then he said, keep your window down. Tyreek is like, I know my rights. But let's be real. You're guilty until proven innocent. And just because you know your rights, if you're in the wrong position at the wrong time, a lot of these wicked police officers, they're going to use the law against you because they know that it's not about what happened. It's about what you can prove in court. That's, hey, what did Alonzo Harris say in training day? That's literally what he said.
Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that. Get out of the car. Give me that. We'll break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of law don't you understand?
And hey, that's what happens, bro. And like I said, bro, is it fair? No. But look, we don't live in a fair world. If you grew up and your mom and your dad or your granny told you that, life is going to be okay, let's be real. As a man, as a so-called black man, that's just not the case. And even many of the other of our brothers who are Afro-Hispanic, you know what I'm saying, who are Israelites, they deal with things like that as well. But especially if you have a darker pigmentation, if you have a lot of Negroid features and they can tell that you're a so-called black man of the captivity in America, then obviously they're going to treat you as a third or fourth class citizen, whatever it may be. That's just how it is, bro.
Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting out.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
All right, bro, take me to jail, bro. Do it.
And you see, man, I'm telling you, a lot of these dudes got pride. I was watching a video the other day where it says it's two things that corrupt humans. It's power and it's greed. So yeah, these, police officers probably make 50,000, 70,000, 80,000, whatever it may be. Essentially, they have power that the average citizen doesn't have. Now, I see on the I don't know if y'all see on the bottom, it says Tyreek Hill might make more off this lawsuit. So I'm pretty sure Tyreek is probably going to sue them. Is going to get some coverage. Whoever arrested them, they might get fired or let go, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, I'm not doing this for Tyreek Hill. I'm doing this for the average man out there who can learn how to deal with these situations, because Tyreek Hill ain't going to be the last one. Tyreek Hill, hypothetically speaking, George Floyd, there's going to be another man who gets shot in the streets by a police officer, get killed. I mean, you seen what happened with that lady when she says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And yes, a lot of these specific events, they can be staged. But regardless if it's staged or not, this happens in real life every single day or, very often in this country.
What you gotta do, bro?
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey, Drew, hey.
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
Bro, y'all.
Don't move.
Good. Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy.
Set him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, bro.
And I want to get this other scripture in the book of Matthew, right? This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and 25. It says, agree with your adversary quickly while you are in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. The best way to deal with your enemies is to agree with them. When Tyreek had the police at his window and they said, keep your window down, he's like, all right, I got you. And then when they was asking him different questions, sometimes you can even play smart. I remember one time a police officer pulled me over and he's like, where'd you get this car? And I was being sarcastic. I'm like, oh, I worked hard for this car, sir. And he was just trying to run my tag, see if he could pull me over with some BS ticket or get a charge on me, whatever. He couldn't find nothing. So at the end of the day, man, if you know you innocent, they might try to play and act like you guilty to intimidate you, so that way they can get you into their hole, get you into their game, get you to play ball the way they want you to. But you just got to be smart and understand that if you agree with your adversary, he's 80 to 90% less likely to do something against you compared to when you try to buck up. Like, I'm literally using that term, buck up, because they see you as a buck. And when you start to struggle, they see you as a wild animal that they're trying to tranquilize. That's what them cuffs represent. They're trying to tame the beast. Now, yeah, I am talking a little bit more flagrant, but again, a lot of police officers, they may see you as that. If you're a so-called black man and you have some power, you have some intimidation, some dominance to you. That's just what it is in this society, in this captivity. That's how it goes for a lot of us.
Bro, dude, beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing.
He said, beating on my window like you crazy. And you see, there's another thing. Tyreek, he has a lot of pride, and I get it. I get it. You got the finest women. You got all the money in the world. You arguably the greatest wide receiver in the game today, or the best wide receiver in the game today. But when you ain't on them fields and you just a regular person, no matter how much money you have in this society, as a black man, they're not going to see you with that same respect. They're going to be envious and jealous of you. And your life is so much more important than trying to go back with an officer who got a power trip just because he seen you in a nice car with a fine woman, bruh. You got to think smarter than that. So I'm going to read verse 25 again. It says, agree with thy adversary quickly while you are in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. So a lot of brothers get angry when the police come at them or whatever it may be, and they try to fight back. And yeah, sometimes you get shot off of that, but a lot of times that's not the case. But then they put these little bullshit charges on you. You got to go to court, and they make your life they make your life hell, and they make your life a lot harder than what it had to be if you just played the role. One of the greatest skills that y'all brothers can learn, I learned it through sales, was trying to mirror what your enemy or whoever it is in front of you is doing and act in a certain part to get the desired outcome that you want, because life is not fair. When you're at the bottom of society, you got to know how to move. And the best and the most powerful way you can move is by moving according and speaking to them and taming them with your mouth, with your words, and not trying to meet force with force, because the police, they always going to win that one.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just had surgery in your ears when we come here. Put your window
Chill,
down.
bro. Chill, bro. Hey, don't do, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call through.
Now, this is the part where they had excess force. They had excess force when they dragged him out the car. Obviously, they was trying to make a show out of it. But especially when he was just standing, he was cuffed, and he came on to him. Let me see if I can rewind it a little bit. Let me see where it's at. Right here. When bro came behind him, he didn't put him in a chokehold, but he did a little takedown. And he was saying, I had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee. I mean, bro, that's why when I seen it, it's crazy, bro, because they will treat you like that for no reason. But just my honest opinion, if y'all disagree, it is what it is. He could have handled the situation a little bit better. Now, had Tyreek used the specific scriptures that I'm telling you, you know, in regards to dealing with your adversary, be harmless, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, and they still did that, then that's just straight up, bro, you know, y'all off, y'all wicked as hell, y'all looking, the Lord is gonna smite y'all. I promise you, when it comes back, you already know how we feel about this, brothers. But again, Tyreek could have did something, you know, to make the situation better.
Really? What?
And now I'm just gonna fast forward. This is when his homies was coming and they was basically calling. I don't know if that's one of the dudes on the Dolphins. I'm pretty sure it was. And I guess they was carpooling, and Tyreek, he was like, hey, call them, and whatever. And then the video just kind of end, right? But my point is this. Don't listen to the Democratic, because I guarantee you, the reason why this might be staged is, you know, every 4 years when the election year come, they try to do some like racial tension, and, you know, Trump, he's painted as this authoritative figure, and if you go against the fake Jews, or you go and speak against quote unquote Semitism or whatever it may be, how he's gonna go back into authority. You know, he's a guy who supports our troops and he supports our police. And then you got Kamala and Biden, where they're basically saying end police brutality, you know, stop gun violence, gun control, things like that. So they're probably going to use this. But I just wanted to get this as a day-to-day for y'all brothers who understand where you're in, bro. We're in captivity, bro. We in captivity, bro. For all of you Jakes out there who don't understand the Bible, the reason why we read the Bible and follow the Bible, because the Bible explains why this stuff happens to brothers, sometimes sisters, but mainly to brothers each and every day. I'm going to read the scripture. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 66. It says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. And yes, the scripture, the curse is not talking about each and every day you're going to be worried about your life. But in certain situations in this country, in this captivity, your life will hang in a doubt when, if you were a so-called white man or so-called Asian man or a so-called Jewish man, you wouldn't have had to go through the same thing that we have to go through each and every day. But ultimately, the reason why we're in this is because we went away from the Most High. And because I don't know Tyreek's faith, I don't think he's an Israelite. I never heard anybody mention him being an Israelite. But because, you know, Tyreek being a so-called black man, and most likely of the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, being an Israelite, if he don't have the covering of the Most High, things like that is going to happen. And that's why also Tyreek had that pride on him, because he's strong and he, you know, he came from nothing, that when the police came at him, he was like, nah, bro, I ain't taking it. I know exactly how that feels, because I feel the same way a lot of times. And I see how much bullshit they put us through, and I want to do the same thing. But I understand that this is not our rest. This is our captivity. And I got to remember the words that the Most High said, that Mashiach said, that Apostle Paul and the other great men before us said. I'll read this one. This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 9. It says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. And this is speaking about those men who go out there and speak the word in these streets and things like that, and they're falsely persecuted, or whatever it may be, like what happened with Mashiach Yahushua, the disciples, Apostle Paul, etc., etc. But my point is, these things are given for our learning in the spirit of wisdom. Wisdom is what? Applying the knowledge learned to make the proper decisions. He could have handled it better. And ultimately, for those of y'all who waiting for reparations and waiting for equal treatment, you are rather going to be pushing up daisies before that happens, because this is always going to happen no matter who's president, no matter who's governor, senate, whatever laws pass. The same shit is going to happen. So that's why you need to move accordingly and move with wisdom and discernment. So I give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bashmi Al-Shah. Until next time, it's Brother Ash signing out.